Okay.
Okay, welcome to this week's Conversations with Marléne and Pascale. This week we are having a think about the clients who we typically work with and whether or not this is you. So before we get into that, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Pascale Lane. I'm a relationship and confidence coach, and I work with women to help them heal into the life they truly deserve with more happiness, confidence, and success. And my good friend Marléne.
Well, yes, wonderful, Pascale. Let me say that first. Yeah, I'm Marléne Rose Shaw. I'm a therapist and coach and an author of self-help books. And I work with expats, with couples, and a lot of my focus is about confidence and helping people step into their life and find courage and set good boundaries and gain respect and have great relationships.
Sounds great. I'm smiling because it sounds so good.
It is. It's good. It's good. We love what we do, don't we, Pascale?
We smile so much when we talk about
yeah.
and we're always grinning, and I think
it's just so good, isn't it, when you see people move forward, let go of stuff, blocks and stuff, and move forward and really start living their lives. And you know, that's why I said step into your life, you know, just really go for what you want, get the respect you want, get the relationships you want, feel good. Don't feel scared to do things, just do the things, you know, live life on your own terms. It's such a great feeling watching people do that, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great little segue actually, because you say step into the life that you deserve, and I say heal into the life that you deserve. And one of the things that I feel like, I mean, you know, I love all of my clients. Obviously, we love all of our clients. But one thing that I know that I really enjoy helping women to overcome is that healing sense. And, you know, the overwhelming majority of my clients have had difficult pasts, will have come from difficult, dysfunctional, maybe trauma-based backgrounds. And it is that which is holding them back. It is that part of it that is really stopping them from really, well, as you say, stepping into the life they truly deserve, living the life that they truly deserve, having the relationships that they truly deserve, having the confidence, having the job, the success, the body confidence, you know, like all of the things. And one of the main threads that I work with is self-worth. And there's so much, isn't there, around what we feel we deserve and how rooted that is in our very early our early years, our formative years, where we're starting to you know, identify with who we are, and like little sponges soaking it all up. And so it's just such an essential part of the work. And when we do that work, it just makes such a huge difference. And that's the bit that actually really makes me smile. Is, you know, we talk about when we both talk about how we love to see our clients progress and grow and thrive. And actually for me, it's that healing part that is where the real magic is.
Yeah, because I think there's a couple of things. One is that, you know, it's easy to say, well, you know, just step into your life and move forward, just be, you know, you deserve it, just go for it. But actually, if we could do that will, you know, life would be very different, wouldn't it? And then I think that, you know, when you say, is this you, you know, the typical sort of clients that I think we both work with, I think they know, you know, it's not that they think, why can't I just move forward? They know that there's stuff from the past. They know there's blocks. They've got to a point in life where they've said, well, look, I keep having this experience over and over. So that there's obviously some patterns or something going on there you know, it'd be great to let go of. But even in the knowing that, they can't just sort of make that decision, say, oh, I'll let go of that then. You know, there's work to be done, isn't there? There's healing work to be done.
Yeah.
And that's where we come in, really, isn't it? It's kind of helping people step forward, but also helping them to let go of because it's blocks, isn't it?
Yeah.
The trauma, it's blocks. It's like a path with blocks on the road. You can't actually get past it and go forward unless you clear those blocks away first.
Absolutely. And I don't know whether you, I mean, I'm sure you probably do resonate with this quite a lot, but so many of my clients, and I like so many of my clients, have tried to do the work before, have seen, have worked with people, have done all sorts of maybe different kind of like holistic ways, because the traditional counselling route hasn't worked, and it for some reason it hasn't worked. And then they come to me and it does work, which is wonderful. And I'm sure you have the same result with your clients as well. I think part of that is about, I think there's two parts to that. I mean, I think firstly, I'm very humbled, but I do like to blow my own trumpet a little bit, because I do think that I do have a way about me that kind of cuts through the traditional kind of therapeutic approach. But I think also there's something there about being ready. And actually, you know, I've got a lady that I'm working with at the moment. I've got several ladies that I'm working with, or I've worked with this year, who are highly educated, you know, within the social care or medical, or, you know, within the healing realm, who have worked with many counsellors and professionals, and haven't been able to have the success. I hesitate when I use the word success, because like that's a bit not quite the right word I want to use, but have managed to make the progress and the healing and the understanding and the reflections and all of the other things that have been so incredibly helpful for them.
Yeah, it is. There's something about the readiness at times. I think it's about the readiness. I think also you and I share this thing that we are both very experienced, and we are inclined to work in a way, I don't know if you'd agree, but I tend to work in a way, what is the best for this client, uniquely this client. And, you know, we'll look at the client together, look at our work together and say, you know, it doesn't feel like we're not going right here. Well, what's happening here? We're going in, what direction are we going in? What's happening, what's happening in our sessions that we can work on, and actually not being, I'm not formulaic. I guess that's possibly a way to describe it. It's quite hard to put it into words, isn't it? I know what you mean about blowing your own trumpet, because I feel the same. I know I'm great at what I do, but that's because it's not always me that's doing it, to be honest. There's something that works through me. So I'm quite happy to say I'm great at it, because it's not me that it's not my trumpet I'm blowing. But there is something, isn't there, about just working with each client uniquely, rather than trying to work to a specific modality. You know, I have a huge toolbox, which I take different tools out, and which tools work best with which clients at which point in time. And I always ask my clients if they have had counselling or therapy or something similar. I always say, what did you like about it? What worked for you and what didn't work for you? Because that really helps us to move forward then.
Yeah. And often the answer that comes back is, I think this is a really helpful reflection, and something that always kind of makes me quite happy. So I think, well, that's good, because you're in the wrong place otherwise. Is that they don't like the way that the traditional counselling, I'll be very I don't want to be kind of like, I don't want to be putting down other counsellors, because that's not what this is about. But the traditional counselling approach doesn't quite move them forward in the way. Like they feel like it has a tendency to be quite stagnant. Like they don't want to just sit there and talk about how they're feeling and like what they were kind of like, and now what? And now what?
And now what? And yeah.
I'm
how we forward.
Very much kind of like I'm very much like, and now what? Like it's okay to feel the feelings. Let's feel the feelings. Let's understand the feelings. Let's know why they're there. Let's be respectful to them. And then
step into your life.
How we're going to move past it.
Yeah. I think there's something also about the clients that I tend to attract and who tend to be drawn to me know on some level, they certainly find out once we meet, that I tend to just be me, and I wonder perhaps you're the same. You know, sometimes we'll have jokes and humour and laugh about how daft human beings can be. Sometimes we'll be swearing, you know. Anything goes really in a session. Anything goes, because it's about connection. It's about connection.
More connecting, though. I mean, absolutely, because it is all about the connection, and people, you know, people don't want. I've not really met anybody who wants to speak to somebody that is completely kind of monotone. You know, I know that some people are trained to not give anything away, and I mean, I've had some, on a personal level, I've had some terrible counsellors in the past, like one in particular who really, considering I was there to be, and well, actually two actually, that considering I was there to be helped and supported, I think actually did quite a lot of damage, to be honest with you. So, and I think it was those, I think I really honestly, genuinely believe it was those experiences that made me, especially the last one, and it was several years ago, it was several years ago, where I thought, my God, I could do this so much better than you. I really can do this a lot better than you. And that, you know, when I was doing my initial training, I really held that in mind, thinking I don't ever want my clients to feel like I felt that day. You know, I like, if you want to ask me how I am, ask me how I am. You want to know, like, I'll always, you know, maybe I give too much away. Like, I don't know. I don't think I do. I like, you know, not, I mean, it's obviously within the session. The session isn't about me. The session is about them 100%. But I can remember asking this lady, she'd just come back from holiday, and I said, did you have a nice holiday? Like, really genuinely. I was really like, did you have a nice holiday? And she was like, her response, I'll tell you verbatim, was, why does it matter?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, you bitch. Like, what a thing. Like, how, talk about make me feel shamed, embarrassed, like unimportant, like all of those insecurities just absolutely just skyrocketed at that point for me. And I like it hurt me, even as I just said it then, it hurt my chest to say it.
Oh, I felt it for you.
Don't ever want to put anybody in that position, especially in the therapeutic space.
So what are we saying? That is our clients are people that we like to draw to us, are people who don't mind a bit of humour,
A bit of swearing,
occasionally drop the F-bomb. Don't expect us to be lofty. That we're just basic human beings, that we're just very lucky because we've got this skill that we've been taught, and we like it and we're good at it. they know that they're a bit stuck. They get that they're stuck.
They know
and
that
they kind of heal the stuff and move forward. And they want to do this moving forward.
They understand why they are where
Yeah.
they are, but they just don't know how to change it.
It's that stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 It's that stuff.
Yeah. And
I'm sorry you had that experience, Pascale.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you had that experience.
It has been an invaluable experience in my practice. So, you know, I'm not it's when it happened. I was very vulnerable at the time and I definitely didn't need it. But you know, I also believe that we are given the experiences that we need in order to be.
Oh, totally.
I hold it very. I mean, that was 20 years ago, Marléne, and it's still raw, you know. So
it's still there.
Like when I say like it's raw, like I don't mean like I cry about it, but I mean like I remember it frequently, and whenever somebody says, you know, how are you? How are the kids? I'm like, oh, they're fine. I will always give them an answer because I will always remember how I felt that day.
Yeah.
You know, like, I always will. I mean, like I said, like, I'll keep it short and sweet. Like I'll keep it like, you know, we're not here. There's also quite a good, you know, we have to be mindful as well of whether people are, and look, don't get me wrong, like people have always been genuine, like people are always being genuine, but it can also be a little bit of a security blanket, can't it, for them to be asking questions about us because they're you know, anxious about what we're going to be talking about, or you know, we left on something big last time, and so there's a little bit of comforting that needs to be done beforehand. So I'm always very mindful of that. I would never, you know, sit there and pull out pictures of my children and start, you know, showing them my phone, and I don't do all of that. But it's keeping it within a way that feels safe and respectful for them.
Yeah. Well, that's experience that gives us that, isn't it? It's experience. I wonder if, you know, the fact that we're so experienced makes us more comfortable to be more relaxed around clients, whereas that person that you described perhaps didn't have that much experience to be able to do that. Was still practicing from the manual, as it were. I think that's what I was trying to say earlier, and I couldn't find the words to articulate what I was trying to say, and it's come to me now. You know, we've got to be on the point where we have to work according to the manual. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, and I mean, social work was very much working from the manual.
Right, was it?
Again, something that I really, really struggled with was being that. And interestingly, you know, I always feel like I've really got the middle ground really, really well now, because social work was very one end of the extreme, you know, very punitive kind of. These are the things that you've got to do. There's going to be an assessment and a report done at the end of it, and we're kind of like marking you on your progress. And you know, like, I mean, you know, I'm being quite, you know, I'm being slightly facetious, but it really did feel like that quite a lot of the time. And then you're at counselling, which is the other end, which is like all the feels, all of the feelings, and not enough action. So lots of action, no feelings one end, lots of feelings, no action.
Yeah.
But like in the middle, there's this really great coaching space, this therapeutic coaching space, where we can do the feels and the actions in a way that feels safe.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's about helping people move, let go of blocks and move forward, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's about moving forward. Yeah. I was just going to say something there, and it's gone from me. You were saying about the, you know, the being the sort of the social work being so sort of rigid in that respect, and then all the feels on the other end. There's something about, I think what I was going to say was, there's something about, you know, is this you, if you want somebody who's professional, very professional, but also very real, then we're the people to come to, aren't we? Because I think we both, we hold our boundaries. We're very concerned about ethics. We're very professional in the way we treat people, but we're also real, because at the end of the day, it's not a job, it's a person. It's a person that we're working with. We're not doing a job. We're working with a person, and every person is unique. We have our structure and our professionalism, that going on. We have our professionalism in terms of all the tools and the wonderful trainings that we've done and all of that. But at the end of the day, those are tools, but what we're doing is we're working with another human being, and that's the most important thing.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about the human beings that you are looking to call into your space.
I just love people, as I said, people who have got to that point in life where they say, hang on a minute, I keep having this same experience. Every relationship goes this way, or every business or job or whatever goes this way. And I'm just sort of reaching a point in life where I'm thinking, hang on a minute, there's maybe a bit of a pattern here. So, and I know, and I kind of know that there's stuff from my childhood that, probably it wasn't great. And I kind of see the connection, and I've done some work on it, but I just can't I don't know what to do. I don't know how to change it. I can see the pattern that's unhelpful, but I don't know how to change that pattern and I know what I want to a point. Maybe my clients don't always know what they want. They know what they don't want. Yeah. And I often say, well, that's what you don't want. Let's look at what you do want. They know roughly what they want. They know vaguely what they want. They want respect. They want, confidence. But they don't always know exactly. So it's nice to do that as well. I just love working this last few years that I've been living abroad. I love working with expats as well, because I know the unique things that come up. I love working with expat couples because I love working with couples anyway. So there's the issues that couples have, and that again, it's about connection, because it's not just my connection with another person. When I'm working with couples, it's also helping them with their connection and their communication skills and their understanding of each other's humanity. So to work with couples is great. Often with my individual clients, they're talking about their relationships anyway, so it's all relationship stuff. And then with expat couples, there's all the extra things that come up when a couple becomes, when they relocate. So there's all that. I love working with all that and helping people, because in a way that's another layer of a journey, isn't it? Leaving behind something and moving forward into a new life. So it's all the good stuff.
It is, especially if those couples, I think we talked about this briefly last time, if they think that they are leaving their problems behind. And realize that actually, lo and behold, those problems have either just come with them or have manifested again in a slightly different guise.
In a more intense way, because they haven't got their support network and all the familiarity of home, and they're sort of pushed together, quite often running a business together or something like that. So, and it's all that stuff about, people pleasing and not feeling able to say no and not being assertive and set boundaries and all that. Oh my God, I love working with all that with people, because it just changes your life. We know it changes your life when you start doing that and start connecting with that little child within and giving them confidence. And it's completely life-changing.
It really is. It really is.
So is this you? Anybody who's watching us, is this you? Come and see us and let us help you move forward.
Absolutely. And I'm particularly interested also in calling in any female business owners who are stuck in their business, wanting to get to the next level. I've tried all of the different strategies, because Lord knows we've been there, Marléne, and are ready to consider that actually it's not the strategy that is stopping your growth. It's other stuff, other stuff that we haven't, that you might know is an issue, but you haven't actually connected to the dots to how this is showing up in your business.
Well, you know what they say, if you want your business to succeed, you need to work on yourself. Work on yourself to work on your business, they say, don't they?
Absolutely.
People tend to forget that. They think it's two separate things.
Well, I was having this conversation with somebody the other day, actually, and I was saying, like, you know, it's absolutely no surprise that all of the business courses that I have done, 50%, I need to word this right, otherwise the grammar is going to make this sentence wrong. But all of the courses that I have done, 50% of those courses is about mindset. It's not, so I don't mean like 50%, half of the courses that I've ever done. I mean, all of the courses that I have ever done, 50% of the content of each of those courses is about mindset. And that's no surprise. That's no surprise. And it can go a lot deeper. And that's where I love to come in, because it's all the relationships. It's relationships with, it's confidence and relationship in your marital relationship with your partner, your children, your body, your business. Like, it's all of it.
Everything, yeah. I'm just kind of wanting to go like it's like this, all these lovely clients, you know, all these I think about all the clients I've had over the years, and you too, and now, and just how wonderful, and just all these new ones are going to be coming up. It's great. Changing life.
All right, my love. So if you want to get in touch with us, we will put our links in the comments box below, or send us a DM. And
okay.
We'll be back next week for more of the good stuff.
More of the good stuff. Bye.
Bye-bye.